Peace, y'all. So, I wanted to tell y'all about some hidden histories and talk about a beautiful woman named St. Catherine. The Archdiocese might have heard of her. She founded St. Emma and St. Francis schools in Jamestown, Virginia, and it says Powhatan, Virginia, or something. So, St. Francis was established in the late 1800s by Catherine Drexel, who later became a saint. St. Francis was a high school exclusively for African American girls. It was first of 55 such schools across the country established by St. Catherine. St. Francis closed its doors in 1970 due to desegregation and the Equal Rights Amendment. Surrounded by over 2,000 acres of land overlooking the James River, St. Francis has been abandoned for over 40 years. So they decided to take a camera out there and have a look at it. Now, I was watching something this morning about these men who actually realized that this was once a plantation before it was St. Francis School. I asked her with my rise, did she know about this? She said yes. So I started looking her up. And when I looked at her, I was like, yo, she do not look white to me. Like, it's told that she is a white woman, but I'm not so sure. Look at these features. So I asked her, oh, are you of African descent? She said, yes. And so I said, oh, this has been hidden. She said, yes. You see how they have her looking on the right side, but if you see these other pictures, you see the hue, the tint in her color, okay? So we were talking. I asked her, I said, so you knew it was a plantation when you got it? She said, yes. And I said, what made you do that? She said, I wanted to put the power back into the African history to empower Africans by making this a school for them. I said, that's so dope. I love that. So also, what a lot of people don't know, I was watching that thing about this and I seen Powhatan in the back, and I'm like, why do I keep seeing Powhatan in the back? Because I know of Powhatan history and I'm about to educate you on Powhatan history. So it was called Powhatan, Virginia. And I'm like, oh, really? So that told me that this was Powhatan land, which are historical black tribes, native blacks. The Powhatan Indian lands encompass all over the Tidewater, Virginia area, from the south side of the James River north to the Potomac River and parts of the eastern shore, an area they called, now work with me, Senecomica. Its span was approximately 100 miles by 100 miles. Deceased. Powhatan is deceased from 1545 to 1618. Now, I'm not buying that, and who are you to say we are deceased? But you see that it's right before 1619. Pay attention to that. So, let me educate you on the Powhatan. The Powhatan were African tribes that were all over the Americas when these colonial people or settlers came. So look at this. This almost covers the whole America. We were all over here. And if you need proof, go look up a man named Dr. David M. Hotep's The First Americans Were Africans. You will be really surprised to know of this hidden whitewashed history. So the Powhatan was an empire of about 15,000 Indians that had lived in Virginia for a long time. They farmed, hunted, fished, and traded across the Chesapeake Bay. Jamestown was the first English settlement in America. The 104 colonists landed in April of 1607 in the middle of the Powhatan Empire. Now, the Powhatan Empire was all over America. That's the thing that a lot of people don't know. This is hidden history, guys. And none of it was India, first of all. None of it. This is the grounds that the Powhatan were on. Not just these grounds. It stretched across the whole America. I just wanted to inform you of some history that you might not have been too knowledgeable about, because a lot of the times it's hidden history. And thank God for Saint Catherine for taking our history back and putting the power back in our hands and showing us that we, like, I believe that she is one of us. And I appreciate you, Queen. Peace.